Political analyst Steve Chaggaris. Steve, how significant is it that 10 Republicans voted in favor of this impeachment?
Well, it's significant in the sense that, if you had this vote last year, as they did for his first impeachment, there were no Republicans who pushed back. And the question is 10 just the leading edge in the House? Are there more senators in terms of a percentage of Republican senators that would go against the president on this? That's the big question, and it really is the question as to what is the Republican Party going to do moving forward politically. We're starting to see some polling showing that the vast majority of Americans blame the president for this and think that he should be impeached. So it'll be very interesting to see if these Republicans, these 10 Republicans, are on the leading edge of something in terms of change in the Republican Party, or if they're an outlier and the Republican Party continues to be a pro-Trump party.
How unusual is it that 3 Democrats and 4 Republicans did not vote? Why would you not vote?
Well, there could be underlying conditions. There could be a reason why they couldn't make it onto the floor to vote.
Okay.
I'm not really sure.
So it could be logistics.
Sure.
Okay. Let me move on to what we can expect in the Senate. Everyone I've talked to say it's unlikely there will be a Senate trial while Trump is still in office. I mean, he's got, 7 more days to go. So play it out for us. How is this all going to unfold in the Senate?
Well, so what happens is the Senate is out until January 29th, and Mitch McConnell, the current majority leader, has said he's not going to bring the Senate back in before January 19th. Now, remember, the 19th is one day before Donald Trump's last day in office. So, McConnell's not going to move to start this trial before then. That means it's going to happen at some point after January 19th. At that point, it's likely that the Democrats will be in charge because of the Senate races they won in Georgia last week. And the Democrats will have to figure out the timing on this. The question for them is, do they want to make this a priority over the business that Joe Biden wants to get done in the Senate? He has an entire cabinet that needs to be confirmed by the Senate. That will be put on hold if there's a Senate trial right away. So there's some discussion that any trial, once January 20th rolls around, may be delayed even longer because they want to get Joe Biden's cabinet through.
And if there is a Senate trial, what are the chances of Donald Trump being convicted this time?
That is the big question. You need to get 2/3 of the Senate, or 67 senators out of 100. Now, the question is, are there enough Republicans willing to go against the president on this? It might be easier if the president is out of office for some of them to do so. We've seen a handful of Republicans already come out and say they would vote to convict the president in a Senate trial, but they need, 17 or so in order to get to that threshold. I'm not sure there's enough there, but again, senators and members of Congress and any politician, frankly, is looking at polling, looking at American sentiment. We don't know where American sentiment will be at the time, at the time of a vote. But if it continues to go down in terms of favorability for Trump, he's already now, within the last week, at his lowest approval rating ever. He's seen numbers that show that Americans believe he should be impeached and blame him for the riots last week. If those numbers continue to grow against the president, I would not be surprised if you saw some more Republicans in the Senate decide to convict.
And Steve, finally, inauguration is just a week away. A lot of security in this town. What will you be looking for? How concerned are you?
I mean, I have to say, as somebody who's lived in Washington, D.C. for 25 years, to see the amount of the city that's going to be locked down, the numbers of troops that are walking around the city, I mean, they're saying it could be up to 20,000 by Inauguration Day. It's very, very unsettling to hear the Justice Department and the FBI saying there's all sorts of threats, all the way from potential shootings to bombings. I have to say, it's very, very unnerving. A lot of people are on edge. And Joe Biden is trying to put a brave face on, but it's all going to come down to what happens next Wednesday. I think a lot of people are praying and have their fingers crossed that it's not going to look like last Wednesday at the Capitol, or even worse.
God, I certainly hope not. All right, Steve Chaggaris, thank you very much.